Hey man, welcome to the Live Vibes, man. We are here with the new day, the new scenery. You guys see it on Sunday. It's Monday, so Monday. LiveVibezPodcast. Then we gonna hit a.
You banged hard as fuck on that tape.
He did, Joe.
And you know what's funny? Actually, I didn't. It's just the fact that the microphone is
echoing.
Oh yeah, that shit echo hard as a motherfucker. I'm gonna just go ahead and hit it with a hey. Every Friday around 9 p.m. we try to come live with the vibes, man. Y'all already know what it is. It is June 1st. I call it January 1st because this is literally the first day of the year for me. I'm starting all the fuck over. I ain't got time. The last
started all the way over in June. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, bro. January 1st, bro. I can't. This whole shit was crazy. The past 5 months been a mess. So I'm personally starting over. It's been a good day to me today. I got my water, got a salad over here, had a very productive day. So let's just go ahead and start it off so I can tell y'all all about it.
Man, y'all already know what it is. It's James, a.k.a. Hater Herder, a.k.a. Mr. Flatliner. What's up? It is.
Y'all already know who it is. It's D'Angelo, a.k.a. Rated. And last but not least, we have...
Okay, you know him. Now, y'all got to know me. And who do I be?
It's the dream, bitch.
At your service. Thank you.
At your service. Oh man. But yeah, man, checking the vibes like I normally do when we first come on here, make sure everybody's mental health is straight. It's been a very, very crazy weekend. Following the craziness from last week, but we're gonna try to continue to keep that energy going. And I'm just gonna ask how y'all been doing. I can actually start it off. My weekend was pretty good, very productive. Family time, very organized and strategic weekend. Like I said, I was approaching June, like it was the first month of the year. So I really got a lot of things in perspective, got my schedule together, changed up a lot of things, eating habits, drinking habits, a lot of shit. So it was really, really good. Amongst all the bullshit that's been going on, I've been trying to stay in tune, but at the same time, give it a break because it's just nonstop 24/7, and that shit is not good to have on your conscience. So, but overall, I've been having a good balance. So I've been good. What about y'all?
Man. Shit, I've been having a good week, man. You know, everything has been cool with me. Work has still been steady. I've been making my dentist appointments and shit, and I just went and got my cleaning again. Well, not again, but I went and got a cleaning today, so mouth feels wonderful. And
Hey, ladies, you got that clean mouth for y'all asses.
Hey.
Clean.
But other than that, man, I've been chilling, man. Still the same old thing, grinding.
That's what's up. That's what's up. King, how was your weekend, man?
It was cool. You know, me, have a basic life. Only excitement I have is my car going to get me to work and home back, you know, and I'm like, I remember I nigger rigged her, so hopefully shit still open up and I can get her into a shop, but she's still nigger rigged, so
that's crazy.
Had almost a choke one day going to go get some food. She was like, had me drift. I'm like, oh shit, she's about to die. Then she kicked in like, okay, let's get to the food. Let her chill out. Like, you need a break. You need to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Coasted her ass all the way to fuck home. I literally didn't think I was gonna make it to work and home today, but she got me to work and home today. So it was, you know, my rides in her are pretty much the most interesting thing I be having. They to be on your toes, like, nigga, go around.
Dang.
Fuck y'all. I'm just going to work and home. Fuck y'all. I'm essential.
That's crazy.
Other than that, man, I just be chilling. You know, be in the house, working out, talking to y'all, trying to, you know.
I can dig it. Normally I'll go right into like a coronavirus update, but that has definitely been overshadowed by the things that's been going on in our nation lately. So I don't have a coronavirus update, but I'm do want to
Oh
update.
don't worry. You'll have an update in about a month.
Yeah,
All these new
yeah,
people
yeah, it'll
who
be back for
that
sure.
it just all of a sudden we forgot about Rona, but we still wearing masks, but we all touching each other now and
Yeah,
marching together. So yeah, well, y'all have fun with that shit.
yeah, definitely that, man. But so what I did notice is that they did label George Floyd's death as asphyxiation,
It's
which is
strangling.
the strangling or whatever, because of what he had. It was like the one played into another, but for the most part, that's pretty much what did it. Without that situation going the way it went, he wouldn't have passed away. So they labeled it as that. Now the right thing is to do is to charge everybody involved. So that's what everybody's waiting for. Everybody's waiting for some justice in this situation. Not just firing people, but holding them accountable. So I've seen a lot of celebrities come out over the weekend in support. I've seen a lot of good videos, a lot of bad videos. I've seen a lot of life-changing videos, discouraging. But it's been a lot of shit, just a mixed bag. You kind of don't know what you're going to run into every day. So they put people on curfews now. DC was just on one last night. They're going to do it again, I think, for the next 2 days or something like that. They got to be in the house by like 7 or some shit. Can't come back out till
8
6 a.m.
o'clock.
8 o'clock,
Yeah,
8 to 6 or some shit like that.
Get lied
I
down
saw,
before 8 o'clock.
yeah, I saw a video on in about Minneapolis where they had people out there with the tanks and they walk down the streets and they shooting people with rubber bullets and all types of shit to get them in their house. So it's
Paintballs
been
and all types of shit.
it's been a mess, man. It's been a mess. But overall, I'm just hoping that everybody stays safe. I know people are going out here and supporting and rallying and really trying to do a protest, regardless if it's peacefully or not. But just stay safe, whatever it is that you decide to do and how you choose to use your voice. We use this platform as our outlet sometimes. But there's a lot of different people doing it in different ways. I just want
Yeah,
everybody to be smart and be
and
safe.
if you real ignorant, man, your boy wears size medium, so and I could use mirrorless camera, just throw it out there, mirrorless. Come on.
That's crazy. Because but back to the looting shit though, it's always bittersweet when it comes to that because I understand, but I don't like it. I feel like that part takes away from the point, and you can never kind of convince me that that's the right way to do things. Now, the protesting in whatever way you feel, if you want to kneel, if you want to march, if you want to chant, if you want to occupy certain areas of the city, be heard, be known, have your signs, there's a lot of ways you can protest. Even when it comes to shit being broken and destroyed, like I said, I don't condone it, but I understand it because I feel like it's like, look, if these people aren't going to stand with us, this is what's going to happen. And people are tired and people are ready to, have some things happen. So shit goes south really quick. Now, I think this is the first time that I've seen more companies and corporations siding with, all blacks, all Black Lives Matter and things like that. Because, like, I've seen Nickelodeon, I've seen Netflix, I've seen, I think Walmart put something out. I've seen a lot of different companies. And mind you, we haven't gotten that before. We've had like little things here and there, but not to where companies are putting out statements, emails. I think Nickelodeon just went off the air for for 8 minutes and 46 seconds or some wild shit like that. In support. So it's really good to see that there are companies putting their foot down and saying, you know what, we need to show them that we're here too.
Hey, but hold on. Let me ask you a quick question. I'm gonna ask you a quick question, but don't like Nick Cannon still got something to do with Nickelodeon?
Yeah, for sure. I think he has. Yeah, I think he has shares in Nickelodeon. I think he like co-owner or part owner some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the full reason for that part.
You goddamn right. But
goddamn right. Because ain't he out here
as he's supposed to do? But I don't know if it's a scare tactic. I don't know if it's some of these companies feel like, yo, we don't want people to not fuck with us or stop watching us or stop coming to our restaurants. So let's hurry up and put something out to show that we're there for them. I don't know if that's the way or if they really are here to stand with the people. But either way, I love to see it. So I think that was a really good thing that came out of this.
Their way is to stop motherfuckers before they loot their shop. You notice Target ain't do that shit. They see how Walmart seen how Target was done, and Walmart said we don't want no parts of that. So let's jump on this motherfucking bandwagon and get to it. Did you notice the last black man killing? None of these places jumped out there. And did you realize when the last things happened, we didn't do a lot of looting and rioting. It was some protests, and it might have been a little bit of looting shit where it happened, but it didn't happen nationwide.
Yeah, it wasn't nationwide.
Yeah, and the fact that I think it's to the point where now black people is just tired, bro. Like I think this killing here was the straw that broke the camel's back, and now they're going to make motherfuckers pay until these people are charged. And I think it's going to keep happening until all 4 of those men are charged.
And this is just my thought, because I keep seeing, like, I have certain followers, and I just want to, like, point this out there that we need to not only, we got a guest coming in, y'all, but we need not to only look at this killing. We need to go back to all the ones, to all the police officers, all the stuff that just been literally happening, like even to us black men and black females being even in the crossfire or deliberately happened to them as well.
Right.
So we not need to just make sure we get justice for this one. We need to look at all that shit.
Exactly.
You're coming in this joint look like a teacher.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got TK back in the building.
Hey,
all right.
Hi, everybody.
What's her nickname? Killer K.
To do is go back on our YouTube channel and watch the episode where she came to the studio and turned up. It was amazing, one of my favorite shows. So make sure y'all go do that.
He said Killer K. No, it was Gangsta T.
Gangsta T. It was some
definitely Gangsta T.
It's definitely Gangsta.
This motherfucker said Killer. What did you say, Killer K?
Hey, look, I always knew it was
TK. I didn't say no gangster. I mean, no killer. Nothing.
No, that was King.
Oh, King said killer some shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was Killer K, but it's Gangsta T. My bad.
It's Gangsta T.
I knew it was something violent. Okay, knew it was something violent.
We're basically just kind of going over what's been going on out here with this wild shit. With the George Floyd situation. With the rioting and the looting, and just basically throwing out what we've been feeling about it. So feel free to chime in at any point.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, with that I agree with the but just like I said, looting just being the wrong way to do it. Because there's so many other ways you can make your point across. But with that, I remember, like James, what you were saying before. I remember when they did it in Baltimore. It just so happened that I think it was just the CVS. The CVS burned down or something like that. But I don't think that was a part of like some type of message or nothing like that. That shit was just, it was a bad place, bad time type of situation, because it was the only thing that kind of burnt down at that time.
Yeah, but if we would have been, and I say we as in the black people, the angry, especially the ones that's like ticked off, if they would have been burning shit and looting shit like they are now, every death, Sandra Bland and all that, if they would have been doing that then, we wouldn't be in this position we in now. Yeah. If they would have been charging these police officers from way back when, we would not be in this situation we in now. A lot of this shit would not be going down.
Even if they just charge them immediately when it happens. It's like, okay, this person did this, they were wrong, and this is the conviction, and boom. It shouldn't be no waiting. It shouldn't be no, oh, he got fired and that's it. It shouldn't be like, it's prolonged too much. And I feel like without this type of energy, they're not going to do it, especially to their own kind. They're not going to do that. So we got to put pressure on their neck sometimes to make them make the right decision. So that's what this is about. I do feel like some things are too far, but the part of me that excludes that from being a part of this is because a lot of white people are starting it. Like I've seen videos of cops starting this shit. They make sure everybody's there at home in their curfews and shit. They set these curfews down, and then they have a group of cops fucking breaking windows and shit to make it look like it's, you know,
Right.
it's the protesters. Like, and it's fucked up. They got people, they pay people to go out there to do it. I've seen people with like fucking shit on, like agent stuff, and they going out there just breaking windows, spray paint and shit. Like, black people ain't running around with no damn spray paint. Like, come on, like, be real. Like, we know where who did what. We could tell who did what. And most of the videos and pictures we see of the looting, there's a lot of white people out here just looting shit because they're taking advantage of a situation. They're not out here riding for the cause. If you for the cause, you ain't even out here doing that kind of shit. So
they're taking advantage of the situation, and to even go a step further, they are doing it on purpose to make it look like the protesters are doing it.
Yep. And I've seen videos where protesters are begging them to stop. It's like, yo, stop. That's not what we're about. Like, don't do that. And they out here still breaking shit, still stealing shit.
And they don't just, some of them you can tell, they don't just have masks on. They have their whole face covered. All you can see is their eyeballs. That's for a reason.
Yeah. Yep. It's messy, man. Hey, King, if you don't have anything to say about it, we can kind of go into your last question from last week because it segues right from this.
I mean, I said all I had to say from the ignorant ones. If y'all watching this, size medium.
He wants a medium.
Yeah, he sound like Lil Boosie, because you know Lil Boosie kept saying the same shit. Or whoever hit Icebox hit his medium. Icebox is one of the big time jewelry stores in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And, they
you see the owner's message?
No.
The owner of the Icebox, he put out a message and was like, all those was display watches. The real shit is locked in the safe in the back. So everybody who got the watches has got some fake shit. They just got the display watches.
Well, you know.
That's funny. But another wild thing that I just seen too, actually I just seen this probably 3 minutes before we went live. There's a video going around, or at least a picture going around, that everybody who broke into the Apple store and stole all these Apple phones and shit, a message comes on the phone when you turn that shit on and say, yo, this phone was still stolen illegally from, and it had the address of the location the store was that you got it from. It said return it or the police will come and confiscate it because it has a track on it. So you can come to your house, wherever the phone is, they'll come get that shit and lock your ass up. So return the phone or get your ass locked up. And I'm like, yo, Apple was ahead of the curve on that one, because people store a lot of shit out of there. But if none of that shit worked and all of it got tracking devices on it, like, they gonna get your shit. So that was crazy. But this last ending question from last week, I'm hoping I worded it right because I tried my best. It was basically King asked us what was the best solution to help stay united throughout this type of situation, and like how could we, like, what ideas do we have to help us, you know, do these type of things better and moving forward. And we were when we were off air last show, we were talking about it, and we all had some really good points. I saved my points for the show, and one thing that I wanted to...
I forgot it.
Well, you know what's funny? I forgot mine too, but I know as soon as he started talking I'm gonna remember it.
Exactly.
We were talking about...
No, fuck that shit. Go ahead.
We were talking about how a lot of different races that are here in the United States, how they ride together, like how all the Mexicans, the Latinos, and Spanish people are together, like all the Asian peoples are. You know, everybody has their thing, and everybody, like, we were talking about the houses, how like the Mexicans, like they all live in the same house. They build their house up, leave their family in there, build another house, and then they keep doing it until everybody in their circle is straight. And they just have this different sense of sticking together when it comes to their survival tactics. When Black people, we have this sense of survival where it's like, I need to do what's best for me and my family and fuck whoever is getting in my way. Even if it's a Black person or another Black family, I'm sorry, but we got to eat over here. And that's kind of the mentality that we have. And I was going to piggyback off that conversation and say that I feel like why we feel that way, not only is it really taught, and we're put into that circumstance, I feel like it's different because a lot of the times we're born here. It's different for like African Americans versus like Africans. I feel like Africans have that same mindset because they're coming from Africa and starting here, just like Mexicans come from Mexico and start here, or Asians come from wherever part of Asia they come from and they come here and they start. So their mentality is different. Us who are actually born here, we have it worse because there's a lot of times where the Africans don't even look at us the same because we're already here, we're from here, we're mixed up, X, Y, and Z. And the mentality of that is just completely different. Even with the language barriers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have their languages. We don't speak like African tongue at all. Like, we speak American, we speak English. Like, we're really, African American. So it's really difficult for us to have the same mentality like we were. Even though we were taken from countries and brought here, it was so long ago that it's not like people are starting fresh. Like, we're already here and we're already the bottom barrel. I feel like any other race that comes here, they start their companies, they start their brands, they start their different things, but they have the mentality because they're coming from somewhere and they're starting fresh and they're sticking together. But us that are already here, it's not that simple. So I think it's
And
really
if you think about it, since we were bought here, they've been ripping us apart.
Yeah.
And pitting us against each other. So it's a cycle and it continues and it keeps continuing.
Yeah, 100%.
But what you have to realize is the same way that she just said what she said. That means at this point, we are now sharp enough. We are now smart enough to know what was done to us. The same mentality, the same train of thought that these people have that come over and start over new, we can have that same train of thought if we all put our minds to it. We all know, yeah, we were here. I look at it as we have an advantage. The fact that we are here, the fact that we should feel comfortable here. A lot of these people that come here, they move strategically because they know one wrong move, they can get sent back to where they came from.
Right.
So we have to train ourselves and our mindsets to say, hey, if we were to have that same mindset, we would do better. The thing is, most people say if you knew better, you'd do better. The fact is, we know better, but we still tend to go against the grain because that's the way we've been brought up since being born here or, brought over here. And it's like, we can all do it. It starts with one. It starts with one person, and if one person can influence one more person, and then them two people can influence one each other. It's continuously growing numbers. We can do it with each other. Black people can stick together, man. It's just the fact that you just got to find the right one. And once you find the right one, those little rotten apples, they either gonna fall off or they're gonna fall in. It's one way or the other. You only have one or two options. And once they start seeing that they're falling off, they're dying, they're going to jail, they're gonna fall in when they start to see that the other black people are starting to succeed in life and get ahead of the game. It's all about how you put your train of thought, man. And I think we can still do this shit. It's not too late. But I mean, it's sad that we have to take a situation like what's going on now to give us that fuel and that fire, you know what I'm saying, to do it. But I mean, it can all be done, man. Trust me again. Frank says it's easier said than done, which seems true. But a lot of stuff that you say, all you gotta do is stick to it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have faith in the things that you say. I mean, it's power in the life of tongue, man. If you speak negativity, that's what you're going to get. But if you continue to speak positivity, continue to think positive, that shit will rub off on somebody, man. And I'm telling you, if it rub off on the right person, we can make it. I swear we can make it.
I agree with that. I just think it's going to be a really, really slow burn for it to get to that space because like I said, we're already here. And we would think that since we've been here, we should be able to, but that's the downfall. That's the negative side of it, is the fact that we've been here so long and we've been torn down for so long and taught and reconditioned and stripped for so long. It's not as easy as just to say, you know what, I'm going to put my foot down. This is what I'm going to do. Because like I said, there's a lot of people who do that. Like you said, we have, I feel like every decade we do have somebody or something that try to pull us all together, but our mindsets are so different, man, and it's extremely hard to get everybody on the same page when all of our survival tactics are different. We all look at it different, we feel different. Some people experience racism every day, some only once a year, some not at all. There's some people that's like, well, I haven't even really gotten treated differently, you know what I'm saying? Depends on where you live and how, the people that you're around. So it's like, it's so many different mentalities to try to bring together and make us all on the same page for us to take these steps is going to be extremely hard to do, man. It's extremely hard.
Belinda says yes, but as soon as we take one step forward, they push us 10 steps back.
They've been doing that.
I think one mistake that we make is thinking that everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody's not going to be on the same page. But the difference between our community and everybody not being on the same page and everyone else's community and them not being on the same page is that you don't really see a lot of them tearing each other down publicly about not being on the same page. So I don't think it's this. I don't think we all are going to ever be on the same page. But if we all have the same goal, but we're just using different steps to get to that goal, it only just takes one family, one person. I start teaching my kids the different things from what my parents taught me, and then they teach their kids, and they teach their kids and their cousins, and it only takes one.
Yeah, I agree. Because like you be saying the same thing. That everybody just come from the same type of struggle, but we all have a different mentality about it. So it's like all of our minds are gonna be on different pages. We all may want to get to the same place, right, but we're all not willing to take the same steps. Some people willing to go left, some go right, some go diagonal, some go straight.
And that's fine.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. As long as we get there, that's the thing. Right. We just need people to know exactly what you're willing to do and how you're willing to do it, and then take those steps. Like there's some people who rather fight in the streets. There's some people who rather fight with corporate America. There's some people who rather fight in schools, fight with their children. Like find different ways to make it to that same place.
Right.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, because if we all headed in the same direction, there's power in numbers. And even though we all get there from different angles, guess what? If we all hitting from different angles, that same person that we take one step forward, they push us 10 back. They so focused on pushing us 10 steps back and don't realize that people coming from all those other angles are taking 6 steps forward. So you can't focus on, the fact that you fall, because we all fall. You know what I'm saying? The real people that survive and make it forward are the people that get up and keep going. Yeah, we all gonna fall. This shit ain't nothing easy. If it was that easy, we'll all be doing it. So the same thing, like I said, we all saying the same shit, and regardless of what angle you take, if we all got that same goal, we're going to get there. And the fucked up part about it is the people that's going to be getting there a little faster are going to be the ones that they focused on the most to try to push those 10 steps back. But hopefully when they push us 10 steps back, everybody else keep going. And maybe somebody can, if they so far ahead, they can always reach back and pull us back forward. That's the only thing, man. We got to remember, don't just get in the door. That's another thing. That's another problem we have is once some of us get in the door, we never open that bitch back up. We never reach back and grab nobody else through. We so quick to close that motherfucker that the same people that was back there that grinded hard, even though they went a different direction, you close the door on us, and now they stuck on the other side with everybody else.
Very true, because you have to look at it like this. Like, do you keep the door open and chance that they'll come in and take your ass out of that house and you got to start all over, or do you leave the door open so when the next group can come in, and then y'all can have strength in numbers? You know what I'm saying? Open some windows, open some back doors, find ways to get as many people in as possible. And you just may have to be the one to have to sacrifice yourself and say, you know what, they came and got me, but I opened up 3 windows in there, so y'all get in through the windows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just get in and shut the door and be like, we made it. You know what I'm saying? You have to think bigger than that. So I definitely agree with that analogy. King, I know your brain is over there just doing a bunch of spins and balls and circles and stuff. How do you feel is the best solution?
Man, look, man, I done thought about everything y'all motherfuckers said. I didn't thought about it. It was going through my motherfucking head like a motherfucking pimp in this bitch. Now, James, you had said a motherfucking comment about they're gonna be targeting the people that, you know, is up in the front. The only thing I got to say is about that is, first, you need to help the people in the back, because I think they're going to target the weakest links. Because if you running in the front and they tagging out your people in the back, once you turn around, there's nobody behind you. So we all need to make sure that once you get to the door, matter of fact, before you get to that door, make sure that there's still people behind you. So once you open that door, there's not a long reach to grab people. You know, they're right there with you. That's just how I look at it. Because, like I say, you only as strong as your weakest link. So once you start taking, like, you got a big group, you start sweeping the people in the back, or like whispering or breaking them down, they're going to probably, like crabs in the barrel, how they say, start pulling people. Now, follows us as ethnicity. Damn, it's a lot we would have to change, and really it start working in our community, because they have broken us down to the psychology to the point where we don't even notice the simplest shit that they do to us. Not only just us, even their own, like how we always been taught in school shit that we don't need to be not ever going to use, or didn't need to be taught. Like, we always taught fucking milk was good for us, make a body good, fucking bone. Milk is fucking horrible for us. All this damn, half of this damn food we eat is good, and it's very fucking horrible. Even to the point that I know if y'all don't even know, have anyone of y'all seen like how they say how to sell to the nigger, where they, you know, how they call us the ER and shit. They got us down to a science psychologically that we think we have to look a certain way and do this and do that, and it's hard to break that from us. Period. That alone as an image is hard to break, which other ethnicities don't really care 2 shits about. You know, fucking Caucasian could walk in and buy their whole fucking outfit from fucking Target and be like, huh, I'm fine, I'm fresh, I'm gonna go meet the girl and we're gonna have fun. We be like, nigga, go to Target and go to the club? Shit. What? What? Who does that? Which is, you know, taking money, because from our place that we think that we have to wear the fancy shit. No, don't believe I'm guilty of that shit horribly, and I'm trying my best to stop that. Driving in the best cars and doing all this other crazy shit. We believe that we have to do that, and if we're not, we looked at or shunned upon between other people, especially with social media. We show each other's glow ups and this and that. We have to stop that and show, like, look, I'm struggling too. Like these are my failures, but this is what I had to do to get here. A lot of people just see a person get to a certain point, but never see the processes they took, the fails they took, the falls, the scratches, the bumps and bruises. Never seen any of that shit. Like females on top, y'all killing the game. Like how so many of y'all got degrees and all this and been studying with kids and all that shit. We don't see that process. We just see y'all with caps and gowns and y'all got this big ass job and y'all running shit. We never see or really hear about the shit y'all was going through because y'all kept that shit to yourselves sometimes. Some people may show it, but a lot of times you just see her, oh, she did her thing, never know all the stress that they've been through. Now they there. And now, you know, people jealous and all this other shit that we have in our society, which is like, damn, Joe. Like, I know like some of y'all like, damn, I'm making it, you should be happy for me, but then they probably didn't have the strength or willpower to go through what you go through. And in our society, that's another fucking bad thing, which we also need to work on within ourselves. So we got a lot of breaking down, tearing down, and rebuilding within ourselves to even before we could probably do it at the same time, but that's a major key point before we can even think we can go against and be united. Because when we be reunited, we still tearing each other down after we get to where we're supposed to be. That don't even make sense.
A lot of the times, the people that tell that, when we tear each other down, a lot of the times it's because that really comes from what most people call haters or people just, small-minded people,
Yeah, for sure.
because um, they tear you down because they really want to be where you are. So you have to take a different approach when you hear people tearing you down. If we were so quick to hear when someone tears down to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, instead of tearing me down, and I hear you tearing me down, but I'm gonna build you up anyway because it's really not. That's really not how a lot of us feel, man. Some people just don't know how to accept greatness when they see it. Like, we so quick to look at it and say, "Oh, you just a motherfucking hater. Fuck you. You'll never be nothing." Because with that, the mindset that you have, you'll never be nothing. You'll make somebody like me that made it not even want to come back to help because you feel the way that you feel. But if we share that same love that we will to somebody that we claim riding with us, because a lot of the people that ride with you a lot of times be feeling the same way that person that said it out loudly really be feeling. Because that word lul, like I've said it before, L-I-L, that is a hater's word. You know what I'm saying? When most people say that shit, it's hate with it. Oh, I see you got your new little job. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a little car. But, the whole time, them motherfuckers wishing they had that car. Instead of saying, man, congratulations, man, I see you got another car, man, shit. I'm gonna strive to be like you, man. If you got any time, show me how you did it. Tell me how you did anything. If we would have spent that same, if we would have spent that same energy hating into asking for help or giving somebody else that little bit of praise that they need, man, you'll be surprised at how many people will reach back and help you out, man.
Oh man, but see, like that's how I am. So I see somebody with a nice car. Y'all hiring? You look like you got a better job. What do I need to do?
And when it comes to what you said about the fashion, it's people like it's black people that's dying to be like these white people. Don't want this long straight hair, and not the fact that you want it, but the fact that you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get this, when in reality, them motherfuckers too busy trying to be like us. Them women looking at us trying to be like them, and the whole time they want to be like the black woman that they see. Like, they really want to be like a lot of these black women, and they fail to realize that they so stuck into these motherfucking music videos and thinking that if you're not like this, then you're not going to get the attention that you need. And that plays a big part in this shit too, because our women, not all, but a lot of our women tend to try to follow that trend. I know y'all have seen the black ass women darker than my ass, but they out there with blonde hair. Girl, ain't shit blonde. You ain't never in your life grew nothing blonde out your motherfucking ass. But this is the shit that they out there fighting to get and paying hundreds of dollars. And this same girl got to wait for Wi-Fi for her phone to get. You couldn't pay your motherfucking phone bill, but you can pay $300 or $400 for this hair. Shit, our train of thoughts fucked up sometimes, man.
It's our culture, man. It's
we gotta reprogram ourselves.
We do. We have a lot of reprogramming to do. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with just different mentalities. We grew up with different upbringings, and we're exposed to different things, and it's a mess, man. It's a mess, and we just try to get it the best way that we can. And then we don't get the same opportunities as everybody else get. And the minute we do get that opportunity, we got to work 2, 3, 4 times harder to keep it, or to excel in it. So it's just mad difficult, man. All the stuff that we strive, that we love, and we look at, the shoes and the clothes, the fashion, or the cars, or whatever it is. I think a lot of us would really want to know, or really would love the opportunity to make some shit or make our own shit versus just going out here and buying some shit. Like the way black people work, like everybody's like, yo, support black, buy black, all that good stuff. But it's because someone put forth the effort to make something and they need the support. But I feel like if everybody was granted the same type of opportunities, man, it'll be so much shit that's
But hold on, stop. You're making too much sense. You're making too much sense now.
I'm just saying,
we can only get so high. Like we never gonna be able to build our own cars. Why? Because they own the motherfucking companies. Like we can only be, but so high.
That's why I feel
don't make too much sense when they cut us off.
Of color, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, seeing somebody of color that made it to a higher position or own some shit, that shit feel good. You know how good every person on the planet felt to see like Barack Obama be president? Like that's crazy. So just the visualization of just seeing him in that position did so much. So the same thing with these companies, man. Like we know they own everything, but they won't let us get in the door. And that's the one thing that's very frustrating as well. Things have to change in that standpoint too. We have to be granted some opportunities to make a difference in this world. We're stuck at the lower end on some struggle shit all the time. And it's only a few little dots here and there that make it up to higher spots. But then it's like, what do we expect them to do? It's so many of us wishing we could be in that position, and the door is only this big. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to continue to try to be 10 times better than we was before, or take advantage of any opportunities that we get and bring in as many of our people as we can. Because that's the only way that at least getting it on a global level or a corporate level, that's the only way we're going to get that type of change. And that's very necessary too. For us to prosper, we got to have some people like us giving us opportunities and letting us in the door and letting us try some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough, man. It's something that needs to change. And we got to just keep fighting and keep trying to find ways to make it happen on all fronts.
Frank said something that, he quoted a Paul Mooney phrase. And if y'all don't know who Paul Mooney is, please go and listen, because he is so motherfucking gutter, but he be speaking the damn truth, and a lot of people don't like it.
If you've seen Dave Chappelle, you should know who Paul Mooney is.
But he says everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga.
Right.
And I mean that shit hit on so many different angles. And
it does, because it's true.
It's just, yes, it is so true. And I seen a post of somebody that said that she was holding a sign out there protesting that said don't open your mouth for a black dick, but don't open your mouth for black situation.
Yeah.
And it's
I saw that
too. Yeah.
That shit, all that shit get different when you see it, and then you start to think, and it's like, shit, you got a point. It might not be as innocent. That shit raunchy, but it got some fire behind it.
It's raunchy, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. It's the goddamn truth. All right, so I'm gonna slowly try to shift this a bit, because the topics that I have, they're gonna slowly segue out of this. But the first one I got here is, do you feel like somebody's beliefs, as far as if it's political, if it's religious, or if it's about their standpoints on this with the whole Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter or whatever they want to represent, do you feel like that can ruin a relationship or a friendship or things like that? So say that you are really tight with somebody, you can use it as a dating reference or a relationship reference, and then when stuff like this happens, and then somebody exposes their colors and you see that it's not really what you expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like that can ruin your friendship or your relationship with that person?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%.
I don't expect everybody to have the same opinions that I have or feel the exact same way that I do, but there are certain things that would really bother me. One of them being them not saying anything at all. Like, they have no opinion about it at all. It doesn't affect them. They don't care. That's a big issue for me. And another thing that would bother me if they are on the whole other side of the spectrum, like all lives matter type nigga. Like, nah, I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
And I to piggyback off that, it's not a bad idea, or it's not bad that you feel that all lives matter, because they do. It's when you're trying to push that during a time like this. We all know
All lives can't matter until Black
The black
lives
ones
matter.
do,
If Black
yeah.
lives don't matter, then all lives don't matter.
Right.
So I don't want to hear that shit.
That.
Period.
I'm saying, in order for this question, when people say all lives matter, which is, yeah, that's true. But when we're talking about a situation like what's at hand now, nobody wants to hear that shit. We're not talking about all lives at this point. We're focusing and talking about Black lives. And until my life can mean the same thing as everybody else's, I don't want to hear about everybody else, because we're talking about our shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically.
Yeah. So yeah, don't bring that shit up, because that will piss me off and make me look at you a whole different way when it's shit like this going on, especially if you're not of my same color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like religious wise, I'm cool with that. I feel like we all believe in what we believe in. I feel like we have a lot of upbringing kind of pushes people into what religion that they're into. So I wouldn't fight with that at all. I would definitely try to understand where you're from and where you come from and what you believe in versus my views. And I feel like a relationship or friendship within that can still work out perfectly fine. When it comes to like political shit, I feel like that's the big debate. I feel like you have the right to like whatever side you want, but we definitely gonna hash it out and figure out what makes sense to me and what makes sense to you. That can be a little edgy, but when it comes to this shit though, nah, there's no way that I can fully ride with somebody who's in let's just say an all lives matter person, like you said, Gangsta T, because that's bullshit. You have to address the issue at hand. You can't say that all lives matter when your life isn't being threatened. I'm using this as a white person because white people usually say all lives matter. They try to blanket the Black Lives Matter shit with that shit the first time around. And it's like, no, not saying that your life doesn't matter, but your life isn't the topic right now. Yeah, you don't have to worry about your life when you get pulled over. You don't have to worry about your life when you making any little run, jog, fucking visit to the store, going to a friend's house, none of that shit. You don't have to worry about that. That's not what you don't have that fear. You don't walk out the house looking around your shoulder. Now you just don't. So you can't do that. So you can't try to minimize what's going on to a specific culture of people and then try to say, well, all lives, no, or blue lives, like get that shit out of here. Like even with the Blue Lives Matter shit, I'm not saying that the cops don't matter, but cops have rights, they have power, they have a lot that us civilians don't. They can get in and out of shit whenever they want. They could be corrupted forever if they want to. They get out of jams, they get out of jail, they beat cases. They don't have the same, like you can't put that up against Black lives, but you can't. It's not, you're not going to do that. So no, I personally could not rock with a person who feels that way. Because even if I wasn't Black, I would feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not. I'm just saying I don't know. But I'm just saying like how I feel on the inside.
I hope I would.
Really like, it's not saying like, I feel like this because I'm Black. But no, I just feel like as a person, as a human being. Yeah, as a human being, you should feel this way. Everybody should feel this way. Because if I was on the
we feel that way because we've been on this side for so long. You know what I'm saying?
But as a human being, I feel like there's a lot of us who are humans and take that to a big consideration because you feel a way when you see animals hurt. You feel a way when you see homeless people. You feel a way when you see a lot of things happening, just humanity. So even in a humanity sense, this should boil your fucking blood. It should. Period. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck if it's race involved or not. This should make you sick. So no, I couldn't fuck with somebody if they didn't rock with it. That's just me. King, what about you, man? You
I'm almost on the opposite of all y'all, Joe.
I feel it. I felt it. He ain't sit up. He sat back and scratched his fucking head.
Yeah, only cause like what y'all talking about, man. I get it. All right. Now give me the question again. Give me the question again.
Can someone's political views, religious views, or their views on this Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, all that, can that ruin your friendship or relationship?
To me, it really just depends on how they're going about with it. Cause I've come across a lot of people. I work with a lot of different people. I've always associated or talked to a lot of different people, and I've ran into people who have different religious views. My whole thing is that, like, you can worship whoever the fuck you want. I don't really care, but just don't try to push that shit on me. Don't try to push your views and make me believe your views. Respect what I do, and I'm gonna respect what you do. Same with, like, all right, this All Lives Matters, Black Lives. Like, I've ran into people who just, they have been they're living their life where they've never seen this or never seen that. They don't know the other side of the spectrum. So they like I work with a lot of Caucasians. So they'll be like, well, I've never seen this, I've never seen that. So of course some of us black guys will be like, well, this happens, this happens, this happens. They'll be like, okay, well, that's fucked up. But I've just been lucky. I've never seen it. And I just care about everybody. So
They're
like,
liars.
no. No. Some of them are just they just
If you have the internet or the news and you say it doesn't
not
affect
saying
you,
that,
you're lying.
not saying that they don't see it on there. I'm talking about experiencing it in their personal lives. Like, I'm talking about
A
some
lot of
older
people
cats.
don't experience it. A lot of black people don't either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Of course, we all see it on
But
the
to me,
internet.
you can't really use that as an excuse because something hasn't really affected you directly. If you have a phone, a TV, the internet, Wi-Fi, you're seeing what's going on and you see the bullshit that's going on. So I don't want to hear, oh, it doesn't really affect me, so whatever, and you're all clueless. Like, that's not gonna fly with me.
Not saying it's cool, but they don't understand it.
They don't care to understand it. There's a difference.
Because it's not affecting them, and they know what that's cool to me. But don't
But
be. All right, go ahead.
like Rated said, it's a difference between not caring to understand it and, like, unless you living under a rock, a human being seeing a police officer kneel on someone's neck for 8-9 minutes and killing them, as a human being, not a black, white, Asian, as a human being, that should affect you or some type of way. So for you to just not have an opinion about it at all because it doesn't directly affect you or your family, to me, is bullshit. All right, I'm gonna shut up now.
Oh man.
Frank said you pretty much admitted that you're someone's black friend.
Oh yeah, I'm someone's black friend. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I have a black friend. Yeah, that's
Yeah. I would probably
one.
say God, but it's still the same thing. Like, they not saying they do not acknowledge it. They understand it, but they're saying there's just something that, like, oh shit, like, I can't even explain the shit to you.
They don't care.
No, it's not that they don't care. It's just, all right, you can say they don't care, but at the end of the day, look, damn, where the fuck was I getting to saying this shit, Joe?
That you were someone's black
That
friend.
you have white friends that don't really give a shit about what you're going through because it doesn't affect them.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, yeah. If it don't affect you, like, but as long as you don't come at me with the bullshit or try to voice your opinion or act like this is not an issue, then I'm like, all right, fuck. If it don't affect you, you be like, okay, look, I understand that shit. It don't affect me, but like, I see what's going on. I'm just gonna keep living my life. Hey, I'm like, all right, fuck it, do you, Joe? Like, as long as you don't come at me with the bullshit, the fuck, because there's a lot of shit they probably go through. I don't give a fuck about. I really don't. Anything that happen with you, like, all right, I just don't really give a shit about. That's just how I am too. Like, all right, anything, your privilege or all that shit you might cry about, I don't give a fuck about that shit. But you know what? I'm not gonna just say, oh, you make you care about the shit I care about, or you're not gonna make me care about the shit you care about. It's gonna be a mutual type shit. Fuck that. That's how I look at it. But once you come at me and try to make it seem like, yeah, all lives matter. Yo, you should be doing this and doing that. All right, look, motherfucker, nah, take that shit a step back. I don't give a fuck. Like, now we can't be friends. Or like you try to voice, push your religion on me and tell me I should be doing this and I should be praising that, or I should be looking at this type of political way. Like, you try to force some shit on me, then I'm gonna look at you sideways. But like, no, I respected your decision and respected how you want to live your life and all that good stuff. Now, don't try to push your shit on me because I don't view the same shit. Nah, keep that shit moving. That's where I draw the line. But if you can respect what I go through, you might not understand it, you might not see it, it might not happen to you, but as long as you can just respect what I go through and not try to push your shit on me, I'm like, okay, fuck it. What can I say? Because we all live in different lives. I can't tell you how you should feel because you got a totally different life than me, and you're not going to tell me how I should feel about anything. No, you're not.
I'm not telling anyone how they should feel. I'm just saying that if they feel like they don't care and seeing a human being die on the internet doesn't affect them, then they're a piece of shit. But they can feel how they want to feel. That's fine. But
and I agree with you. If you don't care, then yeah, you're a piece of shit. Like, oh, well, fuck, if you don't care.
Right, that's the whole point that we're making. If you
I'm
have
gonna
those
kill your
views,
dog
then
later.
we can't be friends. The religion thing is a little bit more of a wider spectrum for me because I feel like there's so many religions out there. As long as we can respect each other, and like you said, no one's pushing their beliefs on me and I'm not pushing my beliefs or judging you with my beliefs, then we're cool. But the political and the racial stuff, like, nah, I'm pretty straightforward with that one.
I feel that. Shit. Let me I'm gonna skip this one because it's a little throw in or whatever. And I'm gonna jump straight to this one right here. This one goes to, let's say, put yourselves in a position to where y'all are out and about and you meet somebody and y'all exchange numbers, right? Who makes the first phone call? Is it the man? Is it the woman? Is it the person who's most interested? It doesn't matter, or whoever approached you first.
Wait, say that the fuck over again. If we meet somebody, we exchange numbers. What?
You meet somebody when you out, y'all talking, y'all vibing, y'all exchange numbers, right? Boom. 5 bullet points. Which one calls first? Is it the man, the woman, the person who's most interested? It doesn't matter who calls who or whoever approached the person first.
Erica says, who asked for the number?
Man, go ahead. Y'all answer this shit.
I can agree with that. I feel like whoever, well, I'm on a line of two things. One, I feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like if we're both interested and we exchange numbers, meaning I have yours and you have mine, then it really doesn't matter who calls who as long as we communicate. That part's fine with me. But I do feel the pressure of whoever is the person who said, well, let's just exchange numbers or whatever, whoever said it is the person who's going to probably have to lead the first initial call, text, whatever it's going to be. But with my beliefs and what I believe in, I feel like it doesn't matter. Whoever hit who first, just whatever. As long as y'all communicate, that's all that's important. I don't give a fuck who hit who first or whatever. Like, I don't feel like that should be a thing. Like, oh, I got to wait 2 days. I can only hit them. Like, no. That's just bullshit. If you into the person, hit them up or vice versa. I feel like it doesn't matter. So my answer is D, doesn't matter. Because I don't feel like there should be any rules to that. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I'm on the lines of pretty much, I mean, to answer the question with those numbers, I guess I would say the person who approached, like if I walked up to her and asked her for her number, I feel I should be the one that called her. But me outside of those points, I just go off the bat, me personally. Regardless of who approached who, because we both, I mean, y'all know, well, I call it eye fuck. We can be walking and catch each other's eye, and if we look at each other and we caught each other's eye, I'm looking at it like, man, shit, if we get to each other, when you get to that person, y'all both gonna laugh, because you like, man, I was gonna say something, and this, like, I wanted to say something too, but I didn't know it's gonna come off like that. And by the time I go with, let's just say we met in the mall. If I go to the next store after getting that number, and my adrenaline still rushing thinking about her, I go and catch myself in the next store, and I'm still thinking about, damn, that shit was wild. I'm clearly feeling this girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, and then for us to be sitting here thinking the same thing, like, damn, I want to go say something to her, or she thinking I want to go say something to him. The vibe, that feeling gonna be so motherfucking mutual. I wouldn't be surprised if you text her or called her while you was still in the damn mall. Say, hey, look, man, shit, if you ain't doing nothing later, hit me up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That shit just really goes off the vibe to me.
I agree. I feel like it really doesn't matter if whoever's the person that approached someone or got their number, then they're usually the one to reach out first. But it really doesn't matter. Like if I'm feeling somebody and we exchange numbers, then I might text you. I think the whole waiting, like, oh, I'm gonna wait 2 days, I'm gonna wait 2 hours, like that shit is playing games. You already starting off on the wrong foot. So just do whatever you feel. Like he said, go with the vibe. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think we all agree at this point. Me, I'm not even that whole cat and mouse shit. Look, how old are we? Like, man, I ain't got time for that bullshit, Joe. Like, if I'm interested and I get your number, shit, you might get a text within that day. Like, hey, you all right? You make it like, I don't got time. Fuck that shit. I'm trying to see what's up. I'm trying to see if we gonna make some shit happen or not. Like, fuck that. No, man. Cause that whole seeing, like, to me, like that's almost seeing like who's gonna have the leverage of the energy first. Oh, if they hit me, they mean they're more interested. So, oh yeah, they want me. Nah, man, look, just if you are interested, do what you gotta do to try to get that person. Cause when it's one person try to be in control, that's where you fucking shit up. It works together when y'all both trying to come together and make shit happen. Fuck these invisible rules that society has that don't even work for a lot of motherfucking people who should do what fucking first. Fuck that shit. Do what the fuck you want. This is how I just think.
I'm rolling with that. Sorry, everybody laughing. My fucking tripod blew up because it was an hour. We went to an hour, but I'm gonna do this last one real quick. Sheesh. Hi, y'all. Which one do y'all feel has more power? Either pussy or money?
I think that's a stupid ass question.
Hey, it was submitted, and I feel like this is a very easy one. To me, I don't think that this is a complicated question that needs a complicated answer.
Which one has more power, pussy or money?
I'm going to say money.
I'm also going to say money. Can't even hold you. But I will say this: if you put pussy up against something else, pussy gonna win. But if we talking money, I don't think it's gonna be money. I don't think it's gonna be money.
I say money because money can buy pussy.
Money can buy pussy, and how much money you got depends on the caliber of pussy you can buy.
Yes, exactly. You can buy a lot of pussy. You can buy pussy in
now. If you got a lot of pussy, that can make you some money too.
Yeah, it can.
So,
but there's a lot of guidelines with that for that to go down properly, but and legally. But there's I think money wins that though, hands down. Of course, if people do anything for money. Our nation's built on money, greed, money. Everything's about money. Overall, pussy does play a factor when you have money, especially for men. And they buy pussy all the time. Some people strive to make sure they have money so they can get the pussy that comes with the money. Like maybe the pussy is the goal for them, but they know that they got to get the money first. So ultimately, it's a good fight. But like I said, I feel like pussy would win over a lot of fights. Trust and believe. But
this is the toughest goddamn fight because they both can do. Both of them can get money and pussy can get you killed. Like
they up there.
The pros and cons are the exact. They are the exact same when you think of these two. You can get a job. You know what I'm saying? With pussy, you can't get a job with some money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Both of them got their ups and their downs.
But it depends on what type of job you're going for.
It don't matter.
It do matter because, like, look at
definitely
Trump.
matters because if you have money, you have the resources to get you into this job and know the people that you need to know.
Yeah, like I said, Trump his way into being president.
Let me have
but a woman
some
can't
money.
fuck her way into being a president. Not going to happen.
She could.
Let me have some money and let TK have some fire pussy. We got the same credentials and we going for this job. If that is a male boss, which a lot of the times during this society, 7 out of 10 times it is going to be a male. He don't want me because of my money. He gonna want her because of that pussy. Because it's a chance that he can get her pussy. It ain't a chance he can get my money.
But see, that's the thing. In that sense, I do understand it because it's a male-driven world as far as corporations go and being the owners and CEOs of shit. Men are usually the ones doing the hiring for the company. So if they got a chick and she got some fire pussy, a lot of women get hired because they're women. Yeah, versus, you know what I'm saying, you being a guy with some money. So
I just want to downgrade women like that.
No, that's not even a downgrade.
That ain't no downgrade. Y'all are walking around.
Intelligent. We have to get hired because we got a pussy.
We're not saying that that's why you guys get hired, but what we're saying is that
you're walking around with power constantly.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Definitely.
Because there's so many people that want to test out your pussy. They gotta hear that we got good dick in order for them to want to
look. And I admit, I've seen a lot of people hired just because they had a pussy. They was cute, and they got the job because they was a fucking girl. I'm not even gonna lie. No. I've seen that shit. I know my bosses back then at that time. They hired these girls who barely do the job because they were cute and they wanted to fuck. And these niggas tried and probably did. And I think a few of them maybe had some shit on them. Like maybe got some cases on them because of that. It happens. Not downgrading the women. It's actually really looking bad on the men because that's what the fuck you was looking at.
Yeah, because men ain't shit. And it's terrible because I remember the last time I worked at a corporate job, I had a department, it was 11 of us. And it was 2 males and 10 females. 2 males and 9 females working in my department. And every time they did hiring, regardless if it was a group of men and women, it was always a woman that got hired. Every time. And this was for years when I've been there. We always brought in new women. It was never another guy. It was me and this one guy for years. And so his department left and it was me by myself. But they was still only hiring women. Like, they do that. And that's not a knock against women, you know what I'm saying, for having pussies. There's a knock against men for being disgusting and always trying to fuck everything just because you think that you have a position of power, you have money, so you feel like you can do
something. Or you could possibly get that pussy.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Okay, but besides getting a job over a man, what?
To get a job, shit. Other than that, no, money wins, dog. Period.
Money wins. Money talks, bullshit walks.
Facts.
So does the pussy.
James just gonna ride with that pussy, y'all. Look, we are out of time. Thank y'all for coming through. All the comments, we've been reading them and loving them. TK, again, thanks for coming through with the pull up on the live stream this time.
Thanks for having me.
Always, man. We appreciate you and your input on everything. This is a really, really good show today. I appreciate my guys. Y'all make sure y'all follow us everywhere. Gonna be slowly trying to make some changes and upgrades to this social media stuff with the live vibe stuff, man. I'm trying to learn a lot to see how we can progress this to the next level. So make sure y'all stay tuned with us. And hopefully by next episode, we'll have some more news for y'all. And if anybody got anything else to say, man, James, take us out.
Anybody got anything to say? TK, you want to plug yourself?
I have. What?
I was saying, go ahead if you want to plug yourself or something.
I don't want to plug anything, but I do have a couple points that I just want to make going back to the first conversation we were having. I think we should also, as a community, look at the positive things that are going on, because 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, we didn't see Black Girl Magic. We didn't see ourselves on TV as much as we're seeing on like the HBOs and the Showtimes. We didn't see Black women getting so many degrees, Black families buying houses, hashtag Black love. So I think we should definitely focus more on the positive things that are happening and build on that.
I agree. That's very, very good. Because over the past year, like you said, like 5-6 years, there has been a big growth.
There's been a shift
in our culture as far as getting in it. I feel like that starts with some Black people getting opportunities and bringing other Black people in one way or another. And that's the stuff that we were talking about, and we love to see it. So yes, I agree. Shout out to everybody who's doing something, because that's major right there. We definitely need to put some spotlights and give some flowers to those who are, making the best out of those opportunities. For sure. Everybody who's laughing at my shit, man, it broke. It ain't broke. It just blew up. I don't know what happened. My shit was on here at first, and that shit just, and I failed a couple times. But we all right. Go ahead, James. Take us out, man.
All right, man. Well, y'all already know what it is. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe. Don't put your hands where you won't put your face. And remember, put the guns down and pick the gloves up. And we out.